10 signs your partner doesn't truly love you, even if you think they do. You might believe you understand your partner's love language. Maybe you've spent months, even years, learning how they express affection, what makes them feel appreciated, and how they show care in return. But love languages aren't everything. Sometimes, what makes you feel loved differs entirely from what your partner needs to feel connected. And when that mismatch deepens, both partners begin to feel unseen, unfulfilled, and quietly dissatisfied. You might sense something is off, a distance you can't explain. Yet you keep convincing yourself that things are fine. But the truth is, emotional detachment often hides behind polite smiles and everyday routines. It's not always easy to tell when your partner's love has faded or if they were ever truly invested at all. People express affection in complex ways, and sometimes the absence of love masquerades as mere distraction, stress, or busy schedules. However, there are clear psychological indicators that can reveal whether your partner's connection to you is genuine, or whether they're staying out of convenience, comfort, or habit. This breakdown will help you recognize those subtle red flags that many people overlook until it's too late, the quiet signs that someone may not love you as much as you believe they do. If you want to understand your relationship on a deeper level, stay with us until the end. What you discover might be uncomfortable, but awareness is the first step toward freedom and emotional clarity. They pretend to be busy to avoid spending time with you. When someone truly loves you, they want to be near you. They don't just make time for you. They look forward to it. They plan moments together, find small reasons to see you, and even mundane activities feel enjoyable in your presence. Love naturally seeks connection, not distance. But when your partner constantly claims to be busy, always too tired or too stressed, it's often not about their workload. It's about emotional withdrawal. Avoidance becomes a habit, and excuses start to pile up. They may check their phone instead of engaging with you, cancel plans at the last minute, or seem relieved when you have other commitments. The painful truth is, when someone values you, they make time. When they don't, they manufacture reasons not to. If your partner continually avoids spending quality time with you, it might be a sign that their feelings aren't as deep as yours. This kind of emotional neglect can leave you chasing attention that should come naturally. Setting boundaries becomes essential, not as punishment but as self-respect. Show that your time and energy are valuable. When you stop waiting around, it often reveals who truly wants to stay. They're only in it for the physical relationship. A deep relationship is built on far more than attraction or chemistry. While physical connection is a beautiful and important part of love, it's never enough on its own. Genuine love is both emotional and intellectual. It's about curiosity, conversation, and shared growth. Someone who loves you wants to know your fears, your dreams, your history, your mind. They're eager to connect with you, not just your body. But if your partner only seems interested when intimacy is involved, and indifferent or distant outside of those moments, that's a major warning sign. They might not call to ask how your day was, avoid emotional conversations, or act cold once the physical moment passes. This kind of relationship isn't built on mutual love. It's built on short-term gratification. Over time, this imbalance can make you feel used and emotionally starved. It's not that physical affection is wrong, far from it. But when it becomes the only connection, it means something essential is missing. A healthy relationship involves emotional safety, trust, and mutual support. If your partner refuses to open up or dismisses your attempts at deeper connection, it's a clear indicator that their feelings may not run as deep as yours. A real partnership isn't about pretending to be busy or clinging to fleeting passion. It's about showing up consistently, emotionally and authentically. When someone loves you, you feel it not only in their words but in their actions, attention, and presence. So if these signs resonate with you, take a step back and observe. Love should never feel like begging for attention or fighting for scraps of affection. It should feel like mutual effort, peace, and growth. They rarely compliment you. Compliments are small gestures that carry great emotional weight. They make people feel seen, appreciated, and loved. When your partner takes the time to acknowledge your efforts, your appearance, or even your personality, it reinforces the emotional bond between you. However, if your partner rarely compliments you, it may be a sign that their emotional connection isn't as strong as you think. This doesn't always mean they don't love you, but it can reveal a lack of attentiveness or appreciation. Still, it's important not to misinterpret silence as indifference. Some people simply struggle to express their feelings verbally, even when they care deeply. On the other hand, there are also individuals who use compliments manipulatively, offering them only when they want something or to maintain control. True love shows itself not through empty flattery, but through consistent appreciation and genuine recognition. If you feel unseen or underappreciated, it's worth having an honest conversation about emotional expression and what makes you feel valued. They make you feel completely dependent on them. In a healthy relationship, both partners support each other while maintaining their individuality. It's normal to rely on your partner for help or comfort sometimes. That's part of love. But when your partner deliberately makes you feel like you can't live without them, that's a red flag. Someone who truly loves you will encourage your independence, not restrict it. They'll want to see you grow, explore, and make your own decisions. On the other hand, a partner who thrives on control might manipulate situations to make you dependent on them emotionally, financially, or even mentally. They might withdraw support when you need it most, only to reinforce the idea that you can't manage without them. This form of emotional control can be subtle at first, but deeply damaging over time. If you find yourself constantly feeling powerless, anxious, or afraid to act without their approval, it's crucial to take a step back and set boundaries. You deserve a relationship where love empowers you, not one where it chains you. They initiate contact only when they need something. Communication is one of the clearest reflections of love and interest. When someone truly cares, they naturally want to stay connected, to hear your voice, share their thoughts, and simply be present in your life. But if your partner only reaches out when they need something, it's a strong indicator that their affection might be conditional. You might notice they text or call only when they want a favor, emotional reassurance, or physical intimacy, but disappear when you need the same support. That imbalance reveals a lack of genuine emotional investment. A healthy relationship thrives on mutual effort. Both partners initiate contact, check in, and show curiosity about each other's world. If you find yourself constantly being the one who texts first, or keeps the connection alive while they rarely reciprocate, it's time to acknowledge that pattern. Love is not meant to feel like a one-sided pursuit. When someone truly values you, they make an effort to stay close, not because they need something, but because they simply want to. They want to break up but are afraid of being alone. Sometimes, love doesn't end with a sudden explosion. It fades quietly, replaced by fear, comfort, or routine. One of the most painful realities in a relationship is realizing that your partner doesn't truly love you anymore, yet they stay because they're afraid of being alone. It's not uncommon. People break up every day, but walking away from something familiar, especially a long-term relationship, takes tremendous courage. If your partner has expressed unhappiness but still refuses to let go, it might not be love that's keeping them there. It might be loneliness. They may have grown emotionally detached, but the fear of facing life without you keeps them anchored in something that no longer nourishes either of you. When someone genuinely loves you, they're willing to fight for you. They'll work through misunderstandings, compromise when necessary, and do what it takes to rebuild the bond. But when a person stays merely because they don't want to face their own emptiness, it's not a relationship, it's emotional dependency. And that's not fair to you. You deserve a partner who chooses you freely, not one who clings to you because they can't handle solitude. Staying in a relationship out of fear is a quiet kind of betrayal, not always loud or cruel, but deeply wounding. Love should make you feel chosen, not convenient. They blame you for everything. Blame is poison in a relationship. When things go wrong, it's easy to point fingers, but love requires something far more difficult: accountability. If your partner constantly blames you for everything, every argument, every misstep, every moment of tension, it's a red flag that runs deeper than frustration. It means they're emotionally avoiding responsibility, projecting their flaws onto you instead of facing them. True love is built on mutual understanding. Partners who genuinely care about each other know that a relationship is a two-way street. They recognize their own mistakes, apologize when they're wrong, and work toward healing instead of assigning guilt. But when your partner refuses to acknowledge their part in the problems, when every conflict somehow becomes your fault, it reveals a lack of maturity, and often a lack of love. People who love deeply don't humiliate, gaslight, or shame their partners. They communicate, reflect, and grow. Being in a relationship where you are constantly blamed can be emotionally exhausting. It chips away at your confidence and makes you feel like you're never good enough. If your partner can't own their actions, they're not ready for a real partnership. Only a one-sided arrangement where you carry all the guilt while they avoid all the growth. They don't respect the relationship. Respect is the backbone of love. Without it, even the strongest attraction fades into resentment. A partner who truly loves you will respect your feelings, your boundaries, and the sanctity of the relationship. But if your partner consistently crosses lines, flirts with others, hides conversations, or acts as if commitment is optional, that's not love, it's disregard. When someone respects you, they're mindful of how their behavior affects you. They don't entertain attention from others to feed their ego. And they certainly don't dismiss your concerns as overreacting. Disrespect often begins subtly, small lies, playful flirting, forgotten promises, but over time, it grows into emotional distance and distrust. If your partner acts like they can do whatever they want and you'll just tolerate it, they're not valuing you as an equal. In healthy love, respect, and loyalty walk hand in hand. It's not about control. It's about care. It's about saying, I see how my choices impact you, and I care enough to choose wisely. If your partner consistently puts their needs before yours, neglects your feelings, or treats your relationship as temporary, it's a painful sign that they may not love you the way you deserve to be loved. You can't build a future with someone who doesn't honor the present. They don't make an effort. Effort is the heartbeat of love. When two people care deeply for one another, they naturally strive to keep the connection alive. They show up, not just physically but emotionally and mentally, to nurture the bond they share. Whether it's remembering the small things, initiating meaningful conversations, or simply making time in a busy day, effort is what keeps love thriving. But when effort disappears, it's often a silent sign that love has begun to fade. If your partner no longer tries, if they seem indifferent to your needs, your emotions, or the state of your relationship, it reveals something far deeper than laziness. It suggests emotional detachment. Love is active. It demands participation. A partner who loves you wants to make things work. They'll put in the time to resolve misunderstandings, express affection, and keep the spark alive. But if they no longer care enough to try, if you're the only one initiating conversations or finding ways to reconnect, you're not in a mutual relationship. You're holding it together on your own. When one person stops investing energy, the relationship slowly crumbles. It doesn't always end with a fight or betrayal. Sometimes it just withers quietly, dying from neglect. Love doesn't survive on words alone. It needs effort, consistency, and care. If your partner has stopped trying, you might need to ask yourself a hard question. Are you in love with the idea of them or the reality of what the relationship has become? They don't care if you're happy or sad. One of the purest signs of love is empathy, the ability to feel joy when your partner is happy and to offer comfort when they're hurting. In a healthy relationship, both partners are emotionally attuned to each other. They celebrate each other's wins and offer warmth during difficult times. But when your partner seems unmoved by your emotions, when your happiness doesn't matter, and your sadness is met with indifference, it's a painful sign that something has gone cold. If your partner doesn't notice when you're struggling, doesn't ask how you're feeling, or fails to share in your moments of joy, it suggests emotional distance. Love makes us care deeply about the other person's inner world, their moods, their worries, their dreams. When that connection fades, so does the compassion that keeps a relationship alive. A partner who truly loves you doesn't need to be perfect, but they do care. They want to see you smile, they want to ease your burdens, and they want to know that you're okay. When someone stops caring about your happiness, it's not just neglect, it's emotional abandonment. You begin to feel invisible, like your presence no longer matters. And no one deserves to feel unseen in love. The truth is, you can't build a fulfilling relationship with someone who doesn't celebrate your joy or comfort your pain. Love isn't about convenience. It's about connection. It can be incredibly difficult to face the truth about love, especially when the signs are right in front of you, but your heart doesn't want to see them. Sometimes we hold on tighter because we remember how things used to be. We convince ourselves that maybe things will change, that the love we once knew will return if we just try harder. But the truth is, love cannot survive on one person's effort. If your partner consistently shows these signs, if they blame you, disrespect you, stop making an effort, or fail to care about your happiness, it's time to pause and reflect. You deserve love that feels mutual, safe, and fulfilling. It's not selfish to want that. It's essential. Remember that every ending, no matter how painful, is also an opening for something new, something healthier, something real. People express love differently, yes, but genuine affection always leaves traces: kindness, effort, empathy, and respect. If those are missing, it's not love, no matter how much you wish it were. The sooner you see things clearly, the sooner you can begin to heal. And to anyone still trying to understand the psychology behind love, especially how men think and connect emotionally, exploring deeper relationship psychology can be truly transformative. Learning how emotional instincts work, especially the hero instinct in men, can help you understand what drives attraction and connection on a subconscious level. If this message resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Have you seen these signs in your relationship? What have you learned from them? Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. If you found this video meaningful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights into relationships, human behavior, and emotional intelligence. See you in the next one.